Hello, my name is Clint Bussey, and I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. I've been disfellowshipped for 9 years. I was disfellowshipped in 2001 from the Covington congregation of Georgia. And I wanted to relate my experience of how I dealt with the disfellowshipping issue. For about 7 years, I just cowardly told them that I was had a lot of doubts, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and I didn't feel like just basically I didn't feel like I should return now, because I really wouldn't, my heart wouldn't be in it. The truth was, I didn't believe it, and of course, like many of us know, there's good reason not to believe it, and I don't want to get into that, but I do want to say that the disfellowshipping and the shunning is absolutely some of the most abusive things you could do to another human, especially how they tell family members, mothers and fathers, to disown their own children. And that's my issue. My mother and my father are Jehovah's Witnesses, and they don't talk to me. So I decided to go back to their Kingdom Hall to talk to them at the Kingdom Hall. And just to completely ignore the disfellowshipping thing, because really the only reason the disfellowshipping policy has power is because a lot of us allow it to. If we don't accept the shunning, what are they going to do? And if you show up to the Kingdom Hall, where are they going to go? Are they going to kick you out because you're talking to them? And I wasn't talking about the Bible, and I wasn't talking about the Watchtower. I was just saying, hey. And I really miss a lot of the people that I grew up with. I had a lot of good friends, and of course I love my mother and father. And it's a one-sided argument if you try to tell them why you don't believe. I've told them why I don't believe. I've told them my thoughts on God and the Bible and the Watchtower policies and all of it. And they don't listen. They say you're talking like an apostate. So, before I rattle on, I went back to the Kingdom Hall, and I remembered two things when I went back. Love never fails, and the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Because it was pretty terrifying going back to a degree, because it's hard to face these people who are shunning you. And you know that they think they're not supposed to talk to you at all. But I just looked at it as if the disfellowshipping didn't exist, because it really does not exist if you don't let it. So, when the meeting was adjourned, I didn't stay for the whole thing, of course. I couldn't. But I went up and started talking to ones I knew. I started off with some old friends, and believe it or not, they talked to me. We sat there and had a good 5-minute conversation. Not a word was breathed about me being disfellowshipped, and they knew that I was. Another thing I want to commend that congregation about, it was the Covington congregation, is one sister, Clara Trevette, came up and gave me a hug. Said she was so happy to see me. My mother gave me a hug. And the elders finally talked to me and wanted to know if I was coming back. And I merely told them I've came back. And they said, well, you got to write a letter. One of them told me that. Actually, 2 of the other elders said they'd talk to me. But one was very adamant about writing a letter. And I said, can you show me in the Bible where I need to write a letter? He wasn't able to, because it's not there. Later on, I went back to my mother's house, and we had a long discussion, and she finally realized I wasn't coming back to follow all the dictates of the governing body to come back. I told her that I've come back. They don't need a man's approval. That's not scriptural. The word disfellowship is not in the Bible. The word reinstatement is not in the Bible. There's no doctrine of sending a letter to get reinstated. It's all ridiculous. It's all man-made, and it's all a cult tactic to keep people from talking out about the truth. So, my mother told me to leave the house. I refused because my father continued to talk to me. My point is, even though they're controlled by the governing body, and they're given all these doctrines that imprison them spiritually, they are Babylon the Great. They have imprisoned people spiritually. They're still human. They're still curious. They still love you. They still want to see you. So the way to win this battle, this war we talk about, and it is a war sort of, is to look for the good in the witnesses and ignore their policy of disfellowshipping. We have to stand up for the truth. That's our responsibility. And that means we have to face them. It's not enough just to be on the internet doing it. We have to face them face to face. And like I said, go there without controversy. Do it however you want to do it, But I went without controversy. And I also went to other halls where I had other family members, other friends, even went to a convention, to the memorial. But I just wanted to talk about the Covington Hall. And I also want to say, my heart goes out to the Covington Hall. You treated me very well. And I went there several other times. I think there's a lot of good people in that hall. Of course, I think people are good. People in general are good. People aren't evil. But I want to put out some more videos talking about my other experiences, going to other halls. And, I just think it'll give us some more insight on really how to go about dealing with this disfellowshipping issue. I really think that we could have them not shunning us, and we could really make a big inroad on this disfellowshipping thing. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to put up some more videos. My name is Clint Bussey. It's my first video. And I want to tell you about the other experiences.